So the purpose of this task was to identify, document, and showcase best practices in CLS research in order to specify infrastructure requirements for the community. The bullet points of our study are data formats, tools, and methods, most widely mentioned in the publications related to CLS. These findings play an important role also for the training program within the project, as they show what key qualifications are required for literary studies, what data formats researchers deal with, and what methods and tools are especially relevant in the CLS field. So to begin with, we found out that XML-TI is an important data format in CLS, even though it's a field that is quantitatively oriented. Another observation is that tools and formats are not necessarily aligned well. For example, many corpora are developed in XML-TI, but most tools cannot actually do much with them. Among CLS methods, the most frequently mentioned are annotation, visualization, and classification. Machine learning and its algorithms are proved to be more used over time, which shows that literary analysis involves a wider range of research methods, from classical to modern ones. It's also important to mention that the results are based on the specific corpus, which contains CLS publications mostly in English and German from 2011 to 2021. Although there are publications in other languages like Spanish, Italian, and French, we would of course have liked to include more texts, and in particular texts in more languages. So we can see basically a great potential of this study for future work.
There are really several kinds of impact, I believe. The first kind of impact is on CLS Infra as a project. The report can guide infrastructure development because it shows which data formats, methods, and tools need to be supported by an infrastructure for research in CLS. The second kind of impact is on the community of CLS researchers. The report can help establish the fundamental competencies that researchers in CLS need in terms of familiarity with key data formats, methods, and tools. The third kind of impact, I think, is on CLS as a field. I believe that the report can serve as a pointer for some key agenda points for the field. For example, this concerns bringing the tools and the data formats in alignment with each other. For example, as Evgeniia mentioned, given that XML-TI is so important as a rich data format, available tools should really take advantage of this information much more. And so it could be an agenda for CLS as a field to develop this convergence of tools and data formats. Finally, I think the report may have an impact on digital humanities more generally, simply as an example of an investigation into one particular subfield of DH rather than DH generally. DH is such a complex and diverse field that it really makes sense to investigate specific subfields. And it would be great to see more of these kinds of studies for different subfields of DH.